Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to Dredge Jive Tarot. This week, we're going to be doing a freestyle spread. Yeah. I really do enjoy my freestyle spreads, and I do thank the comment that led me this way. Those of you new to the channel at this time, what I'm looking for is the overall energies. Because this is unscripted and undirected by question, I just kind of let the spirit speak and tell me what I might have missed, because we can only ask so many questions and they have the widest array of what they want to teach us and where they're leading us. Bottom of the deck, it's the Eight of Swords in reverse. Now, this tells me that throughout investigating, like really looking at your position and place, taking proper inventory, you might have actually naturally stepped out of some old unrealistic fears, self-imposed fears. And that is awesome. Taurus, good on you. No, not you. Where are you? I swear there's another deck right here, and it just but we're going to go ahead and do the best we can with what we have. All right. Unscripted. Letting the cards fall where they may. So what does Spirit have to tell my Taurus that I have not covered? Five of Wands in reverse. It's to me, it feels like, oh, okay. So you had withdrawn from a battle. You have withdrawn from some sort of competition, some sort of struggle or strife, insecurities possibly, because this goes well beyond self-serving and self-seeking. I see the devil. There could be some sort of ties that bind, uh, some sort of wisdom. Seven of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Cups, and the Emperor. Okay. Do tell. I'm going to get some clarifiers on this, because what it seems to be telling me is that most recently there has been a bit of a shakeup to your emotional status, and emotional welfare. You were able to persevere and conquer, but for the most part, Knight of Swords, there was spoke out on there not being a new beginning or not a new start. So it feels to me as if it was a worst fear confirmed type of thing, where you had 90% of a belief that it was going to be okay, but you always meet and match with a 10% going, but what if? But what if? And so by withholding or putting that boundary up, and then understanding that the drainage of energy or the discord or disharmony that you felt, that you were able to maintain control of your happiness and welfare by defending or warding off the attack. Um, so basically, this could have been I'm definitely seeing the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands both as an attack. Um, they're virtually defense fighting, passionately engaging yourself, arguments, discussions, pretty heavy discussions too, might I add. But for the most part, I do see there's the Knight of Swords, but now it's in reverse. For the most part, I do see there is a bit of retained energy. Ten of Swords. All right. A little bit more clarity. These are two separate situations. One where action was not taken and you declined a fight or a situation, an argument. You refused to compete or entertain this free-for-all discussion. It led to a bit of a depression or depressive nature with where you had to fight anyway. Regret, looking back, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And then I see a scenario in where you rose above and rose to the challenge, whereas you might have been done with such falderall before, you did find yourself in a state to where you could. It was a bit of an overtaking. It was probably very overwhelming for you, but you were able to maintain happiness and control throughout this action. There I see the Knight of Swords and the Sun in reverse. I see the Four of Wands in the reverse. Now this tells me that it was almost like a lose-lose situation. So it's important at this time to not count it as a loss at all, but start to seek the lesson. Because Spirit does not just spank our butts for no reason. There's always a hidden lesson. There's always a hidden silver lining. And it is up to you to find it. Okay, so this deck doesn't have any more for me. I see the Three of Cups. This is discord. This is disharmony. Again, with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups both there, kind of sealing the deal on that deck, it almost gives me the idea of Lord of the Flies, where it's a mosh pit of emotions and discord. I don't know how else to call it. Discord. So yes, if you were the parts of my Taurus that did rise to whatever challenge that was, whatever discussion, whatever kind of debate it was, that yes, you were overtaken and you did get spanked. But because of your ability to stand up for yourself and at least compete, that you were able to maintain a sense of emotional well-being and control within yourself, an ability to speak out, although the world does not revolve around you and there might be some cloud covers and it's not all sunshines and rainbows, but it is still a pretty solid footing for whatever comes next. Those of you who did not choose to speak out, a friend of mine said, doing nothing is not an option. So those Taurus that did not speak out and chose to save the fight for another day, babies, y'all are definitely struggling at this time. And I'm talking about insecurities. I'm talking about superficialities. I'm talking about everything, every reason that it was that you were stopping yourself from stepping up to the plate. Here I see the lovers. I see a balance. I see a coming together. I see a snuggling, almost a fox den of care and compassion and intertwining. The lovers also represent some sort of soul flame or twin flame. I I see that a lot of this discord came from maybe the party that you had involved yourself with. I see the Page of Cups. I see a bit of an offer of understanding and compassion. I for you for those Taurus that are overwhelmed, I do see it's a possibility that if you were to walk a mile in the person's shoes, that you might be, in a way, finding out a lot more about them than you had originally, I don't know, expected or desired. I would like I would like to help you see that there can be a bit of a dissociation here where you are able to find the empathy, find the sympathy, to understand the person that you were dealing with, the person that you refuse to deal with, per se. King of Wands, this control, this Emperor, this King of Wands, this taking the accountability, taking the responsibility for whatever came your way. Confident, strong, secure. Um, there's a certain idea of bravery here. It's not it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And that whether or not you had been overtaken by such, declining the invitation or the discussion or whatever the other person had this extended hand waiting for. I see the star in reverse. I want to say loudly that as hopeless as any situation seems, if I did not display the personification of hopelessness, then I myself am not hopeless. I congratulate you. But as I said, for the other portion of my Taurus that are suffering because they stuffed the opportunity or declined the opportunity, I see the Ten of Wands. I see this is a very large, heavy, hefty burden on your back. I see the Page of Pentacles. I see an inability to move forward or communicate or understand the worth of something. It's story time. The Knight of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. That isn't even the way that I would go. But as I'm reading it, the best way to get your head out of the noose kind of feel is to go ahead and kind of try to pull your emotions back to you. Kind of try to dissociate and separate. With the Knight of Cups in reverse here, it's a retraction of an emotional offer or an emotional bridge between the two of you. I see the Nine of Cups in reverse. Although it might not make you completely happy, or it might, because it might be causing the unhappiness or the discontent at this time. I see the sure way to victory is to actually call it vicious, like a vicious attack. So to me, in as vague and large a picture as I can possibly muster at this time, it's as if I have two separate sides of Taurus, correct? All Taurus were invited to a fight. Those Taurus that came to the fight knowing they were going to get spanked and still put their dukes up, although they were spanked, although they were left on their rear ends, that they still maintained an integrity and a respect from the other party. However, those Taurus that failed to enter the ring at all, that did not step up to the plate, that declined the offer, was more or less kind of sucker punched and back the head. And it's time for you to call it like you see it. Inform the referee and tell them that that was absolutely unfair. You do not believe in it and you're not a part of it, and that as earnestly and honestly as you can, without being forgiven or forgiving or soft, let them know, because then at that point I feel a bit of a disqualification, you understand, where that weight that you're carrying, that the weight of the loss that you're carrying, the other person's weight will be removed from your shoulders, and that's the only sure way to step out of it. Well, she was right. Doing nothing was not an option, Taurus. Let's see if I have anything else for you, and then we're going to pull one more deck. All right, no. The answer is no. I see the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Time to let it go. Do not carry this longer than you should. Do not dwell on this, or don't sit under the pressure and the weight of it. It was unjust. It was unfair. And it is not your burden to bear. All right? You should have easily been able to respect your decision and not engage. See if I have anything else. Here's your King of Wands in the upright again. So, although the messages for my Taurus that did not engage, that did not put their dukes up and battle royale with whatever this situation or instance was, be it mother-in-law, be it jobs, be it whether to go out or stay in, eat out or cook dinner, whatever the battle was that was declined, your part of the reading is complete. So it wants to lead me more to an inclusion of the ones that actually did step up to the plate. And so here we go. Oh, okay. So that's your Four of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So it is still saying that there is discord and harmony there. This is not a friend. This is not somebody that is out for your best interest. Knight of Pentacles. but it's facing the opposite direction. So my Knight of Cups wants to go towards my four of my Four of Wands. See there? But the retraction is based on this disharmony, this instability, this improperly built Lego castle. But where your interest and success, the shoe in to win, where you should be investing time, energy, and sometimes even love if we're distracted, is more towards the Knight of Swords, the speaking out, the forward thinking or forward movement, that it isn't all about you. The world doesn't revolve around you. And it's not a perfect sunny day, but it is a new day, a new start regardless. And it is time to open up and let go just a little bit. So maybe it's trying to show you that even in some sort of defeat, you're still able to maintain happiness and integrity and control. There's nothing really to fear by opening up and exposing yourself or saying how you really feel or think. There's something that I'm missing because I see a moving away from deception, moving away from self-serving people more easily. I'm getting it. So my people pleaser Tauruses that were faced with a situation on whether to accept or not to accept. Those of you strong enough to stand up for yourselves and move away. Yes, you moved away from deception. Now it's time for you to understand that whatever you were fearing about creating discord between that person or saying bad things or saying what you think about that person, you're able to possibly do it a little bit more effortlessly, a little bit easier, because that is a good direction. I was able to do it without reprimand. I was able to do it, and I am still standing. I am still here. So therefore, that monster that I was afraid of under my bed never really existed. So Taurus, that does seem to be all I have for you on your freestyle. If you would like to know or see more, feel free to stop by dreadjivetarot.com. You can book a personal reading. You can also enter to win a free personal reading I give away each week. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe to see more. I'll see you around July 1st with the 9-card spread. Until next time, Taurus, thanks for stopping by at Dread Jive.